My name is Mace Ringer. In this video, we will have a glimpse into the preparation of the catalyst material of the Ostwald process, which is the industry's main way of producing nitric acid. The choice of catalyst material is platinum, rhodium, and palladium, which is the main component of cars' catalytic converters as well. So we will get our PGMs out of just that. We will be covering two ways. First way is by just shaping the catalytic brick into the desired form. The other one is by leaching the PGMs into a solution, then processing that later on in the upcoming video. So here I am creating a mixture of alumina, clay, and sodium bicarbonate to be able to coat the pipe and basically insulate it from the electrical current that is going to be in the wire that's going to heat it up, basically the heating element. By coating it and generously applying it to all over, and to coat this mesh that is made from glass fiber. Here we can see the pipe being dried, catalyst material that we will shape later on. So this is the tube after a few days of waiting, so it dries. Oops. Now you might as well see the catalyst material, and yeah, it slid out of the pipe. We'll have to put some wooling around the two ends to hold it in place, but this is it. This basically is the same thing that you saw previously, just I have used an angle grinder with a diamond cutting disc, but that was probably not necessary. You could actually use a regular corunded cutting disc or a grinding disc, whatever. So like this, into there, put this on the outside. This piece or section will be heated with this to like 900 to 800 degrees Celsius. This material that you have seen I mix is some dirt which is really high in clay, and this will be burnt out with this, and this is basically to insulate the wire from the metal tubing so it doesn't short itself. This is going to be in the tube and will act as our catalyst material. This heats up to the working temperature and the gas will be pumped through the thing. It has been basically cut to this length and have been let this and this big gap at the ends, so there will be enough thermal drop off to the end. Basically here there is the highest temp, and as we go to the edges the temp will gradually be lower, and hopefully to the point that it will be able to connect to a piece of plastic tubing and not melt the plastic tubing actually. Here you can see a short clip of the working Arduino and thermal probe and the SD card shield. This is the controlling circuit of the system. Here I have mixed the catalytic converters pieces with the hypo solution, the bleach solution. Added extra hydrogen peroxide here, but to no extent of success, unfortunately. Here's another method that I tried. I used a paint can and put it into a fire that I modified with a blower to heat it up even more, without any good results either. So this method was also ditched. Off camera I have tried some other method, used some soap, put it onto the catalyst material and decided to go with that because that could dissolve the soot into solution. And here I am breaking up the catalyst bricks into pieces. This is how it started. This is the first wash. After this, decanting the solution. Did this a total of 3 times until it was somewhat clean, but you will see it later that it still had some soot. So I have decanted almost all of the liquid. There is some on the bottom, but most of it is gone. Take some hydrochloric acid, 15%. So respirator is on. God. So I'm gonna dilute it back up with some water. Something is going to happen. Not airtight, so there is some
room for it to breathe.
So at the end of the section, we usually have some deep topics like this. I talked about how you spend your time, basically your free time, that matters the most. Because you can basically do bad habits and good habits. What do I mean by that? When you do bad habits that stimulate you too much, you are, realistically speaking, you are degrading your life over time. It doesn't seem like in the moment, it feels pleasurable, really fun, really dope, hype, whatever. And in the long run, you ruin your life. In the short term, that seems hard, feels like frying your brain, and it takes effort. Those things build you up. Going to the gym, reading, learning, having deep conversations with your loved ones or your friends, whatever. Those take effort and are really worth it. You can either do this or that. You can mix the two, but mixing the two and having like a balanced life is a big key to mediocrity, which is not a good thing nowadays. Because like being mediocre is not good. The mediocre man doesn't have sex with his wife, and it's not even about sex, but like doesn't have a deep connection with anybody. They just barely know each other, like very shallow relationships, and it's a pathetic, miserable life. It's a desperate life of desperation, and a life of silent desperation. That's what it is. And we young men aim to, like, we aim higher than that. And to accomplish this, I used to be a video gamer myself, and you might say, but who is he to talk about all these things? I was a video gamer. I know what it's like to not be productive, to not accomplish anything in your life except like, or besides playing video games and leveling up in that. Because I was A plus in that till a point, but whatever. But I stopped learning, and then I started to fall as well in that. When you stop learning, you start degrading, and in everything in life, even in video games, that is true. And I wasn't able to accomplish anything. I couldn't learn, I mean, I could learn, but I didn't want to. And I felt that I couldn't learn because it was too hard. It was burning my brain. And I didn't understand it back in the day, but now I do understand it. It's about what you do in your free time. And it's a lot of people will comment under this video, and you can even do that, whatever. I don't really give a shit. I don't really look at comments. That but 1 hour of video games is fine per day at the end of a hard day, or watching anime. This is a very controversial topic because little, like, I'm on your side here and I want good for you. I'm not saying this to to cause you feelings of bad in the terms of like withdrawal symptoms, but I want you to like to be able to produce on a higher level. Because when you are playing video games, when you have a balanced life, as they say nowadays, you basically dilute your, it's going to be like very bro sciencey, but if you want a deep explanation about this, go and look at Anna Lemke's work. She's a dopamine researchist, scientist, whatever. So she is experimented and did research about drug addicts and all these men who are basically hypersensitive to dopamine to the point that they overuse it. And probably there is like a gene that makes you be like this way, and I probably have that as well. So I was like a crack addict in a sense that when I played, I didn't play just for 1 hour. I played as much as I could. If there was 6 hours more from the day till I wanted to go to sleep, then I played 6 more hours. It wasn't a question that I played or not, it was automatic. And that when you do that, even when it's 1 hour of video games, the rest of your day will be so unenjoyable that you will not be able to get yourself to do the hard work that's necessary to propel you into the future, basically, to become like anything in life requires work, because you cannot just sit down and just have fucking things falling into your lap. Even when the big guys, like, let's talk about investing here, like Warren Buffett, he is an investment banker, but he does need to fucking put into work to be able to decide between which business he puts his money into. Even that takes time and effort and research and work. Everything requires work to be better and be acknowledged, and then to have status, fame, money, whatever bullshit that comes with it. Fulfillment also. You need to do work. And to be able to do your work on a higher level and in terms of more volume, not just 5 minutes per day, like I used to learn, like 10 minutes, then you need to stop these bullshit habits. We'll talk about this in more depth on the second channel. If you're interested in that, then sure, go and check that out. If you like this video, then hit the like and subscribe, whatever. Boost up the algorithm, watch the other videos. Thanks for watching. Goodbye. Whoever, especially when you don't feel like it.